Hosanna FM ni kituo cha nyimbo za Injili
na uenezaji wa neno la Mungu.
Usibonyeze kidude,
hapo
ndipo.
Kwanza namshukuru Mungu aliyenipoza machungu na maneno ya walimwengu. Kweli Mungu sio mzungu, hafitinishi na majungu, hakuninyima langu fungu. Amepindua agenda, ameharibu agenda, amezifuta agenda, amepindua agenda. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Sakarati agenda, siri agenda, sakarati agenda, siri agenda. Never no. Adui zangu hawanipati ngo. Maisha yangu yamekwenda viral. Yesu amenifunga namba sirio. Adui zangu wamebaki na video. Oh, I am a fighter. It is better. I am a fighter. It is better. Nitapindua agenda, nitaharibu agenda, nitazifuta agenda, nitaharibu, nitangangana kama defender, nitangangana kama defender. No retreat, no surrender. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo. Yeye anasema kamata pindo. Cheza seremuka, lete mudundo.
Security agenda, city agenda, security agenda, city agenda. From nothing to something. Secret agenda, a wonderful song, our listener. Hello and welcome to the show. Today we want to talk about how to calm your tongue, because yesterday we just did an introductory part of the tongue, and we found out that a tongue is a small part of the body, but it's very effective depending on how you use it. So welcome our listener. My name is Enkera Sidai Mary Sanaipe.
And I am Mercy Reto Ipareyo, the billionaire queen. Now welcome to you as you continue with our discussion. As we started yesterday, you said that a tongue is a very little membrane, and they always say that it can burn a bush.
Sure.
Yeah, so today we are just continuing with the discussion. Now we are going to see today ways that we can tame our
our tongue.
Our tongue.
Yeah, so our listener, I think one thing, or rather one guidance that can guide you on ways you can tame your tongue. One is to learn to calm down, because most of us, when we are in anxiety or something has just come our way, sometimes it's very difficult to calm down. That's why you find people abusing others. You find others going to an extent of fighting because of the tongue. And you know that a tongue, we told you, it can burn a bush. It's like a small spit of fire. It can burn a very big bush. So even the tongue, how you use it, if you throw dirty words, or rather dirty things to someone, it can be very hard. So it's very simple for you. Just calm down before you do anything.
Yeah, and just to add on that, even sometimes you may be in that anxiety, maybe you're joyful of something, and you realize that you're making a rash promise to someone. Maybe, like for example, I tell you, maybe I'm so happy to a point that I'm telling you I'll buy you a car. Now for you, you've recorded that in your mind that she will buy me a car, but in real sense, I can't really afford that car, you see? So you realize that this one may cause you to even your friendship to be cut off, because you made a promise that you have not fulfilled. So sometimes you can make a good decision but at the wrong time, or even you can abuse someone not knowing. Yeah, another thing, we say take 10. And this is you're supposed to take a pause before you start thinking, you start doing whatever you're doing, or before you answer anything, take a pause. You can take a pause of 3 seconds. Think about what you want to say, and think about whatever you're going to say. Will it hurt someone, or will it build someone? Because whenever you take that pause, then in your mind, it will be easy for you to know the right words to speak to that person. Sometimes when we just speak many words at the same time, you realize that always you may hurt someone with one single word. The whole conversation may not hurt that person, but only that one word. Why? Because you never took time to think. So always take a pause of some few seconds, think about what you want to say before you say that thing.
Exactly. So take a pause, and then again consider the consequences of what you are just about to say, because sometimes you just talk without thinking, without thinking the consequences of your speaking. So it is very important for you, before you speak, or rather before you put out your point, think on the consequence it will have to the person you are speaking to, because sometimes we may speak words that can break someone. So before you speak ill of somebody, or before you spit words that will hurt your partner, or rather that person that you are talking to, consider that, what if the same words are spoken to me? Will it be of harm or of help to me? So put yourself in the shoes of that person.
Exactly.
So before you speak, think of the consequences, because you can't take back your words after you have spoken. So it is better for you to think twice before you leave, just because after you have spoken, you could ruin your relationship with that person. You can ruin, maybe he or she was your business partner. You can break it down. Worst things could happen, or rather it will come with so much consequences when you talk carelessly.
Exactly.
So it is very important for you to consider the consequences first, so that you can be very careful or very selective on the words you speak.
Yeah, sure. Because based on the consequences, then you'll know what to say and what not to say. Yeah. Another thing, you should always think it and don't say it. On this point, I want to explain it in this way, that sometimes you may be in a conversation with someone, and maybe while you are in this conversation, you realize that this person, he really needs he needs your concentration. Like, he just wants you to answer. Maybe you're supposed to be answering. Like, let's say, for example, you're in a meeting with the president. And then when you're in the meeting with the president, the president will always be expecting your your reply. Maybe he's talking about something, then he's always expecting your reply.
Waiting for you to engage.
To engage. Thank you. So while you are in that situation, you may think deeply and you realize that whatever I'm about to say, it is not good. So rather than speaking that thing out, it's better for you to use like gestures, like you can smile. Yeah, you can do. You can use any polite thing or word to cover up if you know that whatever you'll speak is not good. So think, and after you have thought, and then you realize that that thing is not good, then you can always you can always keep away from those words, and then you can use polite words, or even you can just smile on that person.
Yeah. And then again, you see, sometimes we speak carelessly, but most of the people will just assume and let it go. So I think it is very important when we have spoken wild, or if you have spoken something that could have hurt somebody else, it's very important for you to acknowledge what you have just done. So if, in case maybe because you were angry, you spoke ill of somebody, and then later on you were on your right mind. So it is important for you to let that person know that you wronged her or him. So it is important for you to acknowledge anything you said that is not right. So you can say sorry. You can apologize from that person. And you know, sometimes you can even hurt yourself. The words you speak. So sometimes you are very angry and you get very angry with yourself. Then you end up saying, I'm useless. I'm a very useless person. I can't achieve anything, such things. So it is important to make peace with yourself and just say like, myself, I'm sorry, or find a way to console your heart. Because you can break yourself too, and then decided to maybe do away with whatever you are doing. Let's say if it is business, or quit that job because you just can't find anything positive with yourself. So it is important for you sometimes to acknowledge what you have just done.
And on adding on the point, you've said that you may wrong yourself. You know, many people in this life, they have failed, but they have not changed from whatever they failed on, because they have not known that they can wrong themselves, and they have not known ways of apologizing to themselves. So this thing has made many people to fail in life, and even in churches, these have made many people not to go back to church, not to return to church, because they have not known how to apologize to themselves. So it's always possible for you to apologize to yourself. You can always take yourself somewhere and say that I did wrong, I'm sorry, but I'll check on this and I'll change. Another thing is when you realize that you have done that mistake, you've said that you apologize. So after you apologize and you realize that you are not still okay, you can always go away from that mistake. Maybe it's someone you've wronged. You know, sometimes, Mary, you realize that you can tell someone sorry, but that person will always turn wild. You see? You can always tell that person sorry, but instead of accepting your sorry, he turns back to you. When you realize something like that, it's always important for you to move out of that situation and you go somewhere, you relax, and you let that person relax. And then after relaxing, you can come back later and ask, where was the problem? I'm sorry. We can always... I'm apologizing, and I'll always change from that thing that happened and not do it again.
And then again, I think after you have said apology, you should move forward. And then again, if you don't learn from what you have just done, or rather from your mistake, you will repeat the same. So I think the best thing, or the most important thing here, as we just conclude, is have you learned from what you have just done? Have you learned from your mistake? Because if you don't learn from your mistake, you will repeat it on and on and on again. So after you have done that mistake, make sure you don't repeat it again.
Exactly.
Record it in your mind, so that every time you are anxious every time you are angry, you don't speak carelessly.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it will trouble you. Some people are not easy to forget or rather to forgive, okay?
Or even forgive.
Yeah, you may wrong somebody and will carry you for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
Or they will try to revenge back and they may revenge very badly. So it's very important for you to be very cautious. Yeah,
it's always very important for you to be cautious of everything that you do, and it's always important for you also to know that wronging someone, it may cause you, or even it may bring that enmity between the two of you, because you may not know the other person. To you may realize that you've done that mistake, and then you try to apologize, but maybe on the other side, the person that you're trying to apologize to may not be that person to easily accept your apologies. So it's always very important for you to take caution on what you're talking about before you speak, or even before you do anything.
Yeah, so thank you very much, our listener, our viewer. Keep it Narok 952 Hosanna FM. Tomorrow more is to come.
Yeah.
So every day at 12 noon we'll be having more of this. So thank you very much. You have been with me and Kera Sidai Mary Sanaipe.
And I'm Masiretoe Pareyo, the Billionaire Queen. And as always, I remind you that it's always important for you to share this video. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel, and also give us a comment concerning this discussion. And I know that someone somewhere will also enjoy, and their life will not be the same.
Again. So from us, we tell you goodbye and God bless you.
Are you bored and wants to cheer? Hey, look no further. Hosanna FM is here, a Christian broadcast that informs, educates, entertains, and conveys the true word of God. Hosanna FM 95.2, the star of the world.
Jay, ungependa